There are a few other C preprocessor directives that are used, but they're not used very commonly. The absolute main, most important directives are the ones that I've already shown you. Firstly, hash include, almost indispensable. Hash define, not indispensable, but certainly recommended, absolutely recommended for everybody. And then the slightly less used hash if def and hash if ndef. I've now got a couple more for you, but these aren't used very often at all. There's a hash if. It's more powerful than hash if def or hash if ndef because it has more capabilities, but it's not used very commonly. I'll give you an example. Hash if max is greater than min. Now max and min must both be, in this particular example, regular hash defines. Max might be 5 and min might be 2, so you can say if max is greater than min, then a certain piece of code will get compiled into the code, or a certain bit of code will be omitted. In that sense, it's just like hash if def and if ndef. It allows you to conditionally include bits of code or conditionally omit bits of code. Another one might be hash if defined. Now this is almost exactly the same as hash if def. In fact, it is exactly the same as hash if def, so it's used even less commonly because it's just more typing. But I just wanted to show you that it does exist. There's another one called hash undef, or it's short for undefined, which removes the current definition of an existing hash define. Undef commission, for example. Now when would you ever use that? Well, occasionally a header file that you're including may define a certain constant for you, but you want that constant to be set to something else. You want to certainly have that constant defined, but you don't like the definition that the header file has provided for you. You want to define your own. But if you simply do that, if you define a separate one, if you just say hash define commission to be 25 when commission was already defined to be 20, then the compiler will complain and say it's already defined to be something. So all you do is you undefine it first, and then you redefine it using hash define to be whatever you need it to be. So just be aware that those exist. They're not particularly used very often, but I just wanted to show them to you because they are part of the C language.